Welcome back to Antics Recap. Today we talk about an office anime named My Senpai is Annoying. In Japanese is Senpai ga uzai kohai no hanashi. This is a romantic comedy manga series by Shiro Manta. Main character, Futaba Igarashi, a diminutive and scrappy office worker who is often mistaken for a child, constantly complains about her big and boisterous coworker, Harumi Takeda. However, it is clear to Futaba's friends and coworkers that she secretly harbors feelings for Takeda she struggles to come to terms with. Okay, so now let's jump into this anime. Hope you all enjoy this video. じゃあでは始めましょう。Futaba Igarashi works for Itomaki Trading with goals of becoming a salesperson. Being shorter than average, Igarashi is dwarfed by her senpai, Harumi Takeda, who is taller than average and teases her by tousling her hair. Igarashi and Takeda visits companies to give sales pitches. Takeda lets Igarashi give the pitch and she makes her very first sale. The next day, Igarashi learns she made a mistake and owes the client an apology, then feels worse when Takeda gives the apology. Igarashi forgets her train passed and returns to the office to retrieve it, where she finds Takeda asleep, having worked late to fix her mistake. Igarashi returns to normal the next day, to her co-workers' relief, develops a battle pitch and makes an even bigger sales to the client. She apologizes for causing Takeda trouble, then they go out drinking to celebrate. Igarashi becomes drunk and, wondering why Takeda is nice to her, demands to know if he likes her, and he confirms that he does, like a daughter. Igarashi drunkenly bemoans not being thought of like his wife, then quickly realizes what she just said and becomes embarrassed. The next day, Igarashi tells Takeda she did not mean what she said, while Takeda admits he thought it was funny due to her being drunk. Igarashi is relieved yet disappointed. Kazama has lunch with coworkers who all want to date Sakurai, yet Kazama has never even tried asking her out. Igarashi is annoyed when the same coworkers comment she looks like Takeda's daughter. Igarashi asks Sakurai how to grow bigger breasts, then panics when Sakurai assumes she wants to impress Takeda. Igarashi goes shopping with Natsumi Kurobe, and while trying on clothes pats her bra to see what big breasts would be like. Igarashi realizes she forgot to unpad her bra when Takeda and Kazama both get on her train. However, Takeda remains oblivious. This upsets Igarashi, who believes Takeda does not think of her as a woman. Sakurai is asked out by another coworker, so Kazama helps her by faking a phone call, which Sakurai finds sweet. Takeda catches a creep taking photographs of Igarashi's underwear. Sakurai asks Kazama out to dinner. Igarashi admits she respects Takeda more now, but still punches him when he calls her a little lady. Igarashi gives her scarf to a young girl, even though she herself is freezing. So Takeda gives her his scarf, then tells everyone in the office, to her great embarrassment. Igarashi and Sakurai are selected to be office centers. Igarashi considers buying Takeda a gift, so Kurobe suggests a necktie. Sakurai in her center outfit is a big hit with the office man, while Takeda teases Igarashi while wearing hers. Igarashi feels awkward about giving Takeda the tie and accidentally waits too long until Takeda has gone home. She sneaks into work early to leave it on Takeda's desk, but panics when Kazama also arrives early. No other opportunity appears, but they do go for a Christmas meal after work. Sakurai has fun teasing Kazama about her costume, while Kazama manages to ask her out for dinner, which she accepts. Igarashi finally gives Takeda the tie, and Takeda reveals he also bought her a gift, a scarf to replace the one she gave away. Takeda does not wear the tie the next day for fear of getting it dirty, and instead asks permission to display it on his desk, until a furious Igarashi forces him to wear it properly. One day, Igarashi becomes ill with a cold, worrying everyone. With no food, she is almost forced to go shopping but finds Takeda outside with groceries. He cooks her dinner, then leaves when she falls asleep. Igarashi recovers but feels mortified when she realizes she let Takeda see her apartment. Takeda decides to buy a smartphone as he was the last to learn Igarashi was sick, so Igarashi helps him on their day off. She also promises to look after him if he ever gets sick. They are seen together by Kurobe, who calls Igarashi later to tease her. Igarashi waits impatiently for Takeda to send a text, and with Kazama's help, Takeda manages to send one, making her happy. One day, unfortunately, Takeda also catches a cold, so Igarashi goes to his apartment to return the favor, despite her embarrassment. After Takeda eats and falls asleep, Igarashi cannot help wondering what his chin stubble feels like. However, when he wakes up, she is so embarrassed and karate chops him and flees. The next day, Takeda thanks her, unintentionally revealing to everyone she visited his apartment. As he enjoyed her cooking so much, she offers to cook again another time. Valentine's Day approaches. This day, Igarashi and Kurobe help a young man find his way, making Igarashi happy when he recognizes her as an adult. Sakurai plans her usual chocolates for everyone, with the men all hoping to get special heartfelt chocolates this year. Igarashi spends most of the day without Takeda and feels sad, until he invites her to ramen after work. Takeda saves the same young man from thieves, and when Igarashi and Sakurai arrive, they realize he is Yuto, Sakurai's younger brother. Takeda and Igarashi go for ramen. But Kazama sees Sakurai with Yuto and, thinking she is on a date, becomes depressed. Igarashi makes everyone chocolate, including a special green tea chocolate for Takeda as he does not like sweets, though she worries he might think it is heartfelt chocolate. Meanwhile, Sakurai gives heartfelt chocolate to Kazama, but he becomes upset when he thinks she is only giving it to him out of courtesy. Sakurai quickly clears up the misunderstanding about Yuto, and Kazama apologizes. Igarashi later claims to have seen Kazama with a ridiculous big grin on his face, which everyone finds hard to believe. Today in office, Sakurai accidentally sends a misleading photograph to Igarashi and Takeda to Igarashi's grandfather. Igarashi goes shopping for her own birthday present, causing Takeda to realize their birthdays are the same day. So they buy each other flowers. Igarashi's grandfather then arrives and, despite having similar personalities, butts heads with Takeda over who has the right to tousle Igarashi's hair. Despite trying to avoid each other, Grandpa and Takeda have a lot of hobbies in common, repeatedly bumping into each other and competing childishly at fishing, baseball, and even little picking, gaining a grudging respect for each other. Grandpa reminisces about raising Igarashi until she decided to live by herself for high school. White Day arrives and Kazama gets Sakurai macarons. Takeda gets Igarashi medicine for her yearly hay fever outbreak and an invitation for dinner for White Day. Takeda bumps into Grandpa in the bathroom and informs him Igarashi is doing just fine since she is as stubborn as Grandpa. Delinquents harass Igarashi but are swiftly punished by Takeda and Grandpa working together. Despite her annoyance at the both of them, Igarashi forgives them and all three go to dinner together.